Now we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple. Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. From the 10. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Mond looks to throw on first down. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
He's locked in early. 2 nice first down completions to start.
I like the fact that he's seeing the whole field early, spreading it around a little bit in the early going.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. The tackle there by Brian Poole. 2nd and 5. A first carry here for Kaneng-Nwangu.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On first down, here's Mon. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Kind of an odd schedule this year. These two teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago, back in Week 15, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. To throw again on second down. Mon. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Escaping the pressure right. They'll get that to Amir Smith-Marset. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, tried to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Off the play fake, Mon sliding out of the pocket. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Mon. He'll find Smith-Marset complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on 3rd down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the 4th quarter. But here, it's happening early, a definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this first quarter already. And now after that completion, they're set up 1st and goal.
Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. McCann's got it teed up. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. to throw. Fields. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mon going to throw it. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Fields now to throw. He'll buy some time right. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty? When you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Santos' kick is up and through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Mon. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mon flushed out right. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Mon looks to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They go play action here. Mon rolling to his right. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. There he goes, right side. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. That's a tough blow there offensively. Had a decent drive going. You've got the lead, and now things completely flip on you.
Yeah, because they've been dominating on both sides of the ball. But after that mistake there, it's got to be tough for them to look up and realize we're trailing in this ball game. I thought we had complete control.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Vikings on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On 1st and 10, here's Mon. And incomplete on the deep ball. So, Charles, we have reached the end here of a long season, Week 18, which we don't say very often, although this is not the first Week 18 that the NFL has ever seen.
Not at all, and Brandon, some of the people might be a little bit too young to remember, but back in 1993, the league experimented with giving teams 2 open weeks for the year, and we also saw Week 18 when the league was on pause for a few weeks in 2001 following the attacks on September 11th. That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Eluding the pressure right. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Cook. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On second down, here's Nwangu. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And this one complete to Doolin. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on fourth down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on fourth down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Mon now off of play action. They'll roll him out right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
McCann's kick up and good. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And he's going to give his guys great starting field position as he dives to the ground to get as much as he can. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by John Johnson. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Fields. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he will have the Bears first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, here's Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's
oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Riley Harrison. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense. Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Mon to the air on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
2nd and 10. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it second down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. From the 25 on second down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. A throw on the money there to Doolin. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up first downs.
Madison will score. Touchdown, Vikings. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
McCann's got it teed up. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Fields throw complete here to Kmet. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll make this a 2nd down. A give. This is Montgomery. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
7 yards, the pickup there. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Montgomery, and he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
1st down, they run again. Here's Montgomery, and he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Handoff here to Nwangu. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
I'm the best in the game.
He's got a man wide open, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Cook. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness. Just about got him into the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Mond out of the shotgun. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go. Trying the power game with Ham. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year and 4th overall. And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. McCann's got it teed up. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Fields. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 66 yards rushing for him now to this point. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They go play action here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So this defense gets an assist from the goalpost, and as a result, it's going to keep them within 1 score.
Yeah, and that looked to be good the whole way. But that is a big break here in the 4th quarter of a football game. Now your offense needs to find a way to capitalize.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Nick Vigil. And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen.
And got his man complete. And they do finally get him at the 12. A big play there for Minnesota.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Looking to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. One last throw here for Fields. He's going to let it fly. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that. Obviously, there are words that are said, and hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Minnesota, they get a Week 18 victory to make that final mark a bit more palatable at 6-11. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Chicago, this loss will be the capper to what will be a disappointing 5-12 campaign. And with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on.